Hello and welcome to the home of the Ghost Owl, and we're back for another one of our first play videos. This time we're playing a game that recently came out and is currently in early access, and it's called Life Not Supported. The game is a raft style game, so if you're familiar with how raft plays, it's that type of game. You're essentially in space, you've got to collect a bunch of materials and then build some type of craft in space. We have gone into the game just to see kind of how it works, but this will be our first sort of proper playthrough. We're going to play for an hour, and I'm going to show you what the first hour in the game looks like, and then you can see what you think. But yeah, if you've played Raft, it will give you a familiar vibe, but it's definitely different enough, obviously being in space and that sort of thing. So without further ado, let's give the game a whirl. So here we go, new game. Put our name in here. Ghost Owl. Alright, let's start the game. Oh, we've already got that from when we were in last time, so let's go with the Ghost Owl. Start game. So I wanted to show you as you log in, say I went in before just to play for a few minutes to make sure the game loaded up and worked all right and everything else. So here we go. We've got to collect a crowbar from the wreckage and collect duct tape from the wreckage. So there we go. There's a crowbar. Okay, use crowbar to dislodge. We can come over here. E, take duct tape. Okay, so we can dislodge and break. There we go. We can collect that. We can collect that. There we go. So, one of the things I found when I did first play with this is that you can't build your first raft too close. You can't use this thing that we're on either. So we collect what we can from here. There we go. So we've got some scrap metal now. We can't seem to collect any of the spacesuit stuff here. We can get that air tank, which is nice. You can't get that one. There's more duct tape here, but we don't need that now. You can see you can just fall straight off. That's how the game works. Make sure you know your controls for going up and down, but essentially got kind of like a jetpack thing. There's a battery there, we'll take that. So you do just kind of like fly around with like a jetpack. So don't worry if you fall off early on. First time I fell off, I'm like, that's it, I'm now finished. But actually, no, that's what you're supposed to do. You're actually supposed to fly around like this, basing yourself on a craft. So there you go. There's the start there. So have we got anything else to collect here? No, you can't get anything from that. So I think we've got everything we can from here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to come over here. And then you go for the duct tape and open the build menu. Make a makeshift platform. So there you go. So we want this. Create a ship. And that is our ship, ladies and gentlemen. We have a ship, if you can call it that. Right, so we've got one oxygen bottle at least. Inventory, we don't have anything. So let's go, and essentially we can now fly around and look to pick up stuff. So let's see what we've got over here. So it wants us to build a crafting table. Doesn't look like I can get anything off that. So to build a crafting table, what do we need? We need 4 metal. So we just got to fly around, pick up some metal. Now the problem that I found so far with the game is early on is finding out, remembering where your base is, because there's no beacon on it, right? So that can be a problem. But let's go down here and find some metal. Now, the issue you've got is the more that you jetpack around, the more that you use your oxygen, right? I do find the oxygen goes down the game very quickly when you're flying around. So that is something to be aware of, right? So we've got 2 oxygen bottles now at least. We just need to get the scrap metal. There we go. So we need, one more piece of scrap metal. There's one here. And there's actually an oxygen bottle over here, so I'm going to take that as well. I know there's more. I'm not going to fly around too much. We need to start building stuff. There's a battery as well, so that will be useful. So let's pick up the battery. And there's our oxygen bottle. What we need to do is a bit like a lot of, survival games. We need to start working out food and water pretty quickly. Right, so because there's no beacon on your ship to start with, the best way of doing this is build as relatively close to your starting location. Right, so you can see there we're low on oxygen, so we're going to use some. Now we're going to use the crowbar to dislodge. These are really good. They've normally got some good stuff inside. So this has got dehydrated food. Right, so that we know we built our platform here. Look, you can just about make it out because we kept it pretty close. Right, so here we are. Now we can build our first bit, which is the crafting table, right? So there's that crafting table. So we're going to put that... I don't want to put it right on the edge, right? I want to put it here. Okay, and you just press E to put the stuff in. There you go. And we've actually built it the wrong way round. Okay, so our ship is now facing this way. Interesting. That's kind of not what I had in mind. Right, so the next thing is build a disposable air thruster. Okay, so we've got an air thruster here. So we want to click this. Hydroponics, storage, power, navigation, disposable air thruster. So this is what we want first. We're going to turn it around this way, and we're going to try and make it, we'll put it right to the edge here for now. And there we go. Place and build a short-range beacon. So a short-range beacon, we need 1 metal, 1 battery, and we need some electricals. The electricals is what we don't have. We also need to expand our raft thing or craft a little bit more, which is another 12 metal. So we need to go on a bit of a scavenge, right? There's lots of wreck stuff around here. So let's go and see what we can find. Right, so we've got that, and that's electricals. So we got our electricals, right? So we've got that straight away. There's some more metal stuff here, so let's pick that up. And there. So we need like what, 14 or so of the scrap metal. There's another oxygen bottle, so let's take that one. Let's keep going this way. I see another oxygen bottle there. And that short-range beacon will be the beacon for, for our craft. So we won't have to then worry about when we start moving around. Okay, so there's another bottle over here. So let's go that way. We do want to keep an eye out for those like polystyrene style boxes, because that's got good stuff in normally. So we will focus on trying to pick those up. Okay, so we're up to... Okay. So there's another bottle here. Oxygen bottles obviously are key because that's not only for breathing but also for moving around. So we do want those. If you can find bits where the metal debris is all in one place, obviously that's going to save a lot of flying around, right? So if you can do it in one location, you're saving oxygen of flying, right? Another bottle here. There we go. We got 14. I'm going to pick up... There's another oxygen bottle pretty close here, so I'm going to pick that up. We'll pick up some metal on the way. It's actually worth picking that up, given it was close enough. It wasn't going to actually cost us too much oxygen to get it. We'll have made more from... There we go. So you can hear now that we're running low on oxygen. Boom. There we go. I'm going to go to this satellite thing, get that, get the 2 oxygen bottles, and then start heading back. Right, because we are getting quite far away now. So we've got the scrap dish. Scrap dish is good because of the electricals, right? So let's get this oxygen bottle here. And this oxygen bottle, because we've got 2 literally right next to us, along with some scrap. So just got to get used to the controls a little bit. You do drift a little bit, so you can use that to your advantage as well. So that's where this is where we're heading back. So let's see what we can pick up on the way. So you can use that sort of momentum, right, to get you closer. I'm going to pick up some ice as well, actually, while we're here, because that ice is going to give us water eventually. So let's take that and that. Okay. Got that. Oh, we missed that one. Oh, there we go. Got it. So, right, where is the place? So, yeah, trying to find your beacon isn't always the easiest thing. It would be nice if, like, when it went off screen, it went to the edge of the screen. Because of the nature of the 3D environment, I think, you know, this could make people quite disorientated. So, you know, I do think there would be they could do it slightly better by having that beacon kind of go to the edge of the screen, so you kind of know where you're looking, right? So let's get this last bottle, given it's pretty close. There you go. It does say once you get hold of the controls, it does kind of make sense. Okay, here we go. Right, so we've got a bottle there, so let's use that. We need to make a short-range beacon. So let's come here. Scroll down. Short-range beacon, there we go. Where we're going to place the beacon, let's place the beacon on this corner here. And we're going to make our platform to touch bigger. So let's attach the platform. Yeah, there we go, like so. So our platform now just doubled in size. Right, next up is place and build a short-range beacon. Oh, we didn't build it. There we go. And turned on. So we've now got a beacon that turns on. So we've got the beacon where we started and the beacon that's here. So that's good. Right, next up is use crafting table and craft a sip container. So a sip container is this thing. And we need glass. So we've not come across any glass yet, but I see one. There you go. It's over this way. How many air bottles have we got? Right, there's 2 air bottles I can see. So let's pick the glass up and these 2 air bottles. Oh, there's a cardboard box. We're going for that first. So we're going to pick up this glass. I'm going for that cardboard box. Cardboard boxes, polystyrene boxes, definitely you don't miss out on those. There you go. We got a battery and 2 electricals from that. Right, where was those? There's one of the bottles. Trying to conserve as much as we can. Let's get some ice while we're here as well. Let's pick some metal up from here. As you can see, it is very raft-like in kind of the drifting and collecting of materials to make yourself a craft. So hopefully this will give you a flavour of what the first hour in the game looks like. We've currently been playing 15 minutes and we've got double size. I guess the you don't have a shark chasing you this time, but you you do have the threat of running out of oxygen quite easily. Right, there's another piece of glass there that I'd like to pick up. Come here, come here. It is kind of moving away from us a little bit. So we are burning quite a bit of oxygen, but the glass does get useful. Right, okay, now again, trying to find your beacon can be a bit of a pain, but there you go, we've located it this time. That's where we're going to see what we can pick up on the way. Scrap metal, there we go. Be nice to pick up some ice. Keeping an eye on that oxygen. So yeah, I just kind of feel that the oxygen usage is just a little too high. Right, there's my platform here. You got 6 bottles. I know that there's quite a lot of bottles around. It just feels a little too... Oh, and the controls need a little bit of ease. Right, so we're going to craft that. We've got a sip container. Place and build an ice melter. So let's find an basic ice melter. So we need one more piece of metal. We've got the electricals, we've got the battery, and we've got the glass. So we need a piece of metal. And I did somewhere see a cardboard box. So we're going to go out and get that cardboard box. Need to keep an eye on thirst because we haven't actually made any water yet. So something that we do need to do quite quickly now, as we can see that thirst bar starting to move. We've got dehydrated food there though, so that was definitely worth it. Let's pick up this piece of metal on our way back as we start going to make an ice melter. At the moment we're not drifting anywhere, we're just kind of stationary, and at the moment I don't feel like the need to start going anywhere. We've only got one little thruster. We can do a little bit more with our building first, right? So not that, we're not building that. We are building an ice melter. So let's build, in fact we're going to have it the same way, so let's build our ice melter like so. Insert ice, which we've done, and then insert the sip cup, which we've done. So now you can see our ice is in there melting. Looks pretty cool, which is very nice. And that's going to melt into the sip cup. When that's full, we'll then be able to get a drink. So again, the next thing we're going to need is, I really think, we've built everything it's asked us to build. We are going to need a second ice melter eventually as well. But for now, I think I'd like to... got an airlocked oven. We've got a hydroponic bay. We've not got anything we can grow in that anyway. Material holder, material shelf. Yeah, I think I'd like to just get some more of the metal and the air bottles for now and start building up the craft a little bit with like storage areas, bottle storage, because those bottles take up quite a lot of your inventory space because they don't stack. Where did that other bottle go? There it is. Doesn't stack, so each bottle takes up a whole section of your inventory space. Which right now can be a pain, but we need space to make it. It does take a hell of a lot of scrap metal to make one piece of your craft, which is, again, quite a lot. We are going to need to start making lights soon as well, because when it gets dark, stuff becomes quite hard to see. So having some lights, as you can see here, normally if it was brighter, we'd see those bottles easier and stuff. The one good thing about being at night is obviously you can still see your beacon. So there's the beacons there. Keep an eye out for that oxygen. There we go. Oxygen wise, we've got 7 bottles there. And we need to start heading back to our craft now. We should have now water ready in our sip cup. So let's start heading back now. Battery and electricals. And I actually do want to make a second ice melter and a second sip cup because it's needed. It's definitely needed, because look how quick our thirst is going down. And I've always found in these games that actually having a... See, let's see how much we get, right? So consume water. Yeah, it was... It's like 50%, right? So then we're going to put our sip cup back in and our ice back in. But what I want to do is make another ice melter. So let's put that right next to this one. Insert ice. Now what I need to do is build another sip cup. So I need another piece of glass. Easier said than done, right? Easier said than done. We do have... what have we got? Feces. We've got 4 packs of dehydrated food, which is not a lot. Yeah, we're at night. It's quite hard to see stuff, right? So... got the ice. Yeah, it's finding air bottles at night is very hard. So we definitely need some type of light affair. So that hopefully that means we can see better in the dark. I'm not sure it will, but... Still haven't found that glass as yet. I need the glass to build the sip cup, and then I want to build a light, and I'm probably going to need glass for a light. Would be my guess. But this is all going to help to expand the craft, so it's worth still going out. At night it's easier to pick up, still easy to pick up like the scrap metal and stuff. So it's still worth going out and doing that. Oxygen bottles, still got 7. So during the day, you definitely need to make the most of getting your oxygen bottles. Satellite down there. There we go, oxygen bottle. Still no sign of any glass. There, and right there, there's one. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Just what we were looking for. Right now, let's come over here. Let's get that other sip cup made. And we've also got enough that we can make another piece of our craft. It's just getting the space there to move around. Okay, there it is. And eventually I want to turn it around and get us moving. But we're going to need bottles to do that as well. I need another bottle on the other side. There we go. Right, let's make ourselves the sip cup. Good. And we can put that in here as well. So that's now working. We can also use this and build another piece of the platform like so. And I want to put some more oxygen bottles on here. Right, this, we can use the sip cup. There we go. And we put that back in and put some more ice back in. So we can keep that on the go all the time. Right, so let's see. Crafting. So we could craft a torch. Do we want to do that yet? What else can we craft? I mean, food is going to be key, but I've got nothing that I can use for that yet. Do we have any? Got a wall torch and a floor torch. Tape a torch to the... So I need basically I need a torch. So what do we need to build a torch? We can craft one right... I know we can't. I need 2 bits of metal. 2 bits of metal. Okay. Still quite dark out there. No sign of any air bottles that are that close to us right now, which is why I do want to start getting mobile. But I do want to pick up some air bottles for moving us around. Scrap metal. Okay, make sure we got plenty of ice. Ice does stack, though we do have quite a lot now, so I'll probably pick this up and be done with it. Right, let's head back. No sign of air bottles yet. And I want to turn the craft around. There we go. Let's land on here. Let's craft a torch. Okay. Oxygen... I need to build a second disposable air thruster here, like so. I want to build... Let's have a wall torch, maybe. No, we can't put that there. A floor torch, maybe? Let's put that there, see what that does for us. Not a lot. Not a lot. Right, let's see if we can turn this bad boy round. Fortunately, it's not actually turning us, it's actually just moving us in this direction, which is kind of a bummer. Okay. See, I would expect us to, like, turn us around. Okay, let's stop there because I'm seeing... Alright, we need to eat some food. Why is that not letting us eat food? Why can't we eat the food? Dehydrated. Oh, I know what I need to do. Crapola. It's dehydrated. We're going to have to add water to it, right? Craft. No. Rehydrated bean curry. There we go. Done that. 9. There we go. Good. Insert sip. Insert ice. So there you go. We've eaten now, which is good. Right. While we're over here, let's collect these bottles. There's a cardboard box up there I see as well. Obviously, we can see things. You can see the difference during the day and at night. there's the air tank. Where was that box? Where was the cardboard box? So you can't ping stuff either, which is a shame. I've lost it. Where's my craft? Over there. Okay, let's just go to where the craft is. I'm guessing to turn this thing round properly in space is not going to be easy. Well, the other thing I don't think I've quite worked. Oh, I can dislodge it, right, with the crowbar. So I could. I know it blows it up. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Okay, you can't seem to dislodge stuff. Or as in, once you've placed something, then move it. See, dislodge break, but it doesn't allow you to move it. Alright, well, let's keep collecting then. Look, there's a whole bunch of these blue bottles over here. So let's get some oxygen bottles. There we go. There's enough here that it will definitely be worth the trip. Because we just lost one of the bottles that we placed as a thruster. Okay, there was more bottles around, but very hard to see. There's a piece of glass there, let's take that, and a battery. So we can see where... Yeah, not so easy to see the bottles. Either that or it's gone nighttime very quickly. And the one thing to keep in mind, guys, is it is in early access, right? And as with any early access game, you got to give it a chance to sort out the game itself. I do think there should be a way to move stuff, which I haven't figured out as yet. You do need an awful lot just to expand the floors. Right, so let's put that here. And I am going to move... I'm going to lose this thruster, I think. Let's take that. Right, and then I'm going to build... What did that just push us, did it? Right, disposable air thruster. Right, so we're gonna have it go this way. I want them to face this way. And I want another one here. It was because it was facing the wrong way round, right? Okay, so we've got our thrusters up. Can we see anything that's nice out here right now that I want? Haven't found any big pieces of wreckage or anything as yet. Thirst. Okay, thirst. E. And ice. E. And ice. There we go. Good. Right, oxygen. We're not blessed with a lot of oxygen right now. Right, yeah, feces, great. Right, there's an oxygen bottle. Is that the cardboard box? I think that's the cardboard box. So I do want to go for boxes when I can. Oxygen just goes way too quick. I get that you're using it to fly around, but there's no like grapple thing or anything like that, you know. So like this is your primary move, but it's also a survive thing as well. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, I feel it inhibits the actual play of the game a little bit too much. I know everyone's got a different take of like how hardcore and stuff they want games to be. So another box up here. Jeez. I'd say it takes a while to get used to the controls here. So we're getting food, which is good. Alright, again, we've lost sight of the ship. So there's the home beacon, but where's our ship beacon? There. Very... Like I say, it needs to be on the edge of the screen. Like, I know, you know, I think there's a lot of people going to get very disorientated with that, not being able to find the ship. You kind of almost need to, like, head-up display or something on it. I don't know. I think I need to build, like, a tether as well. That's going to help. Right, there's an oxygen bottle here, which I'm going to go after, because the amount of oxygen to get there is less than I'm going to gain from it, right? So it's going to be a positive. Okay, right, let's head back. See what we've got. Okay, right, let's get a drink. Sip instead of the glass, thank you. Ooh. And ice. Sip, E, craft, there we go. Drink. Okay, right. Tether anchor. Place an anchor for your tether. Can be placed anywhere on your ship. So let's build one of these. Right, so we're going... Okay, so let's place it here. Connect tether. Okay, so I'm hoping that's going to help us a bit as well. So let's see how it works. Right, next thing then is... what do we want to build next? It doesn't give you a lot of help, does it? Torches. I want to build like an air tank holder, I think would be useful. Actually, we need to build like an airlocked oven, can cook food by heating its own airlock and to grow plants. Okay, so let's build one of these because I guess we kind of can. So let's put this here. But we need a cookable item, which we don't have yet. And then the other thing that we need is a hydroponic bay. So I need a torch. So there we go. We craft the torch. And then hydroponic bay. So I need 6 metal, 6 scrap metal. I've already got... we've got the air bottle, we've got the electricals, we've got the battery, and we've got the glass. So I need 6 scrap metal. And we could also do with some more oxygen bottles. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to turn this on and try and turn this around. It's working. It seems to be turning better this time. I don't want to head towards the planet. I want to stay out in this area. So keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Now turn that on. And stop. And stop. Okay, and let's go out. Scrap metal. There's a bottle. And there's a cardboard box up here. Come on, let's get to the cardboard box, please. Oh my God. Am I like at the limit of the tether or something? That's because this is moving. It's actually pulling me away. Can I not actually... so this kind of pulls me along. Okay. That's a pain. Because while it's nice to be tethered, it doesn't seem to reel you back in at all. So I don't quite know how that works. Yeah, disconnect from tether. Not sure I like the tether at the moment. I'm not quite sure what benefit it gives me other than, I guess, if you're being flung around space that you're not going to get lost, but it seems to be a bit more of a restriction. Right, bottles and scrap metal. Quite a lot of bottles over here. I want the scrap metal because I want to be able to build a bottle storage. Need to keep an eye on thirst. 43 minutes in now. Yeah, I think it's got a way to go to make the game a little bit more engaging at the moment. Like I said, I think the oxygen goes down a little bit quick. Maybe I need to build the raft a bit more, get it going a bit more, a bit further. Like at the moment, I'm doing a lot of flying around. There's not really a lot of anywhere to explore as much. The tether, like it's early access, right? So in terms of learning what things do, there's obviously not the tutorial there that you would normally get, but there definitely feels like there could be more. I think definitely for people, starting the game, they're going to need a little bit more about what things do. Right, I can see thirst is now in the red. I guess we kind of going to need to make a sip bottle, which is which you can take away. We need like a third sip bottle to keep on us when we're flying around, maybe. Particularly later on, I guess, if we're exploring. I am burning a lot of oxygen to get back, but that's because our thirst is on the way down. Let's pick that up. There we go. Right, let's get some... let's take a sip. Put that back in, and ice. and take a sip. Put that back in and ice. Get that going. That says definitely work. Like get 2. Definitely get 2. Right. Next thing I want to build is. Can we build it yet? Is the storage for the oxygen bottles. Where are we here? We need 14 scrap metal for that. We got enough. We got enough. It's quite large. Holy moly! Right. Let's put that here, so we can still get to here, but we want to. There we go. We've got 3 tanks there. Let's put 3 more. So we've got 6 spare tanks. We've got 5 in the bag. Let's put 1 and 2 out here. Right, so we've built that over this side. What I'd like to build next is to build the hydroponic bay. So we need 6 scrap metal for that. And so we need 3 more scrap metal for the hydroponic bay. 3 more. Like the tether would seem good if there's a way that it reels you in back to the ship without using oxygen, but it doesn't actually or I can't find if there's a button that reels it in. Maybe there is. Let's just check controls. Right, options, controls. Primary use, secondary use, deposit, storage, interact, retract, tether. So it does. Okay, so Q. So if you're not going very far, use Q and it'll actually bring you back in without using... okay. Okay. That makes sense. Right, hydroponic bay. Wow, that's big as well, isn't it? There we go. But we're still... Unfortunately, it's turned us around again. What's that? Is that the original? So that's not the starting platform, is it? It's got no beacon on it. No, it's not the starting place. But that place. Okay. Let's investigate. So we found our first proper piece of wreckage. Ah, yes, boxes. We know we need these. What is it? Ah, food. Won't turn that away. Another box here. Oh, fell down a hole. Okay, that was food. So we're getting food, but we're not getting anything to grow. Like, what are you supposed to grow? Can't dislodge the... Oh, wow, look at that. Okay, so we can get these. I've not had anything to grow. So I've got a hydroponic thing, but I'd have expected to have blueprint, high-powered torch. Okay. Okay. Right, that seems to be everything that I know. There's a few more bits of metal I can get here. But yeah, that's is there any electronics I can get here or anything? Doesn't appear so. Right, let's pick up this oxygen bottle while we're here. So the Rex, the Rex obviously are really good for scrap metal there. There's a box. Let's pick up the box. Okay, I see another cardboard box here. Let's pick up this oxygen bottle because we're going to need it. Okay, hunger's coming on us as well. So I've got that. Ship is up here. It's gone dark, so now I've lost everything. So that box and that oxygen bottle we were going for, I've lost, but we need to head back anyway for food. So when we did move the ship, obviously it did move us to a new location, because then there was like, we found the wreckage, right? So right, how are we doing for ice as well? We're all right for ice, actually. Take water, craft. Okay. Let's put that instead of that. I don't know why it does that. Okay, so that's fine. Put that in there. Let's have some water. Put that back in. Okay, so ice is... We're still doing all right for ice. Bottles, we've got spare here. What do we need to build next? So what did we get? We got hydroponic bay, ice melter, crafting table, walls, shelf, thrusters, anchors, high-powered torch. See incoming debris at night. So it looks like I need to build a wall and put that on. Okay, so can we build a wall? Okay. Okay, so we've built a wall there. And the high-powered torch we need to build a torch, of course. Okay, let's build a torch. Okay, and then the high-powered torch goes there. Okay, so we're running out of batteries. So that's going to be our problem here. We're running out of space on this beast. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Right, so the planet's there. So the high-powered torch definitely helps in terms of seeing at night by the looks of it. There's more oxygen bottles, which is what I'm going for now. I'm going to pick up the oxygen bottle and I'm going to get some ice. So that's where we were originally. That's where we started. We haven't moved that far, really. But yeah, just it makes it clear it's an early access version, right? It says it right at the top of the screen, which is fine. Which is fine. We're testing it out. We're seeing how it is. I think it's got potential, particularly if you like your raft style games. And I know it's space. It's supposed to feel a bit desolate. I kind of feel like a few more wreck things to find, but you know, got glass. The biggest issue at the moment is finding something to grow. Like we found lots of cardboard boxes. We found one wreck. Found a bunch of those polystyrene boxes, and there's a cardboard box. I found nothing out of these to grow. Which is see, battery, electricals. Well, I don't know if I'm not looking in the right place or whatever, but Right, where's my ships? Over here. We actually need to pick up... I'd like to expand the ship a little bit more. So I'd like to pick up... I need to pick up 2 more to get another piece of ship, because we're starting to get a bit crowded. Okay. Thirst is going to be a problem soon again as well. I've lost... There we go. A ship. The tether's good, it's just short, right? That is a piece of debris right above us. I need to try and get us to turn around again, because we're kind of facing back the way we came. Right, so I'm going to try and build another piece of platform. Obstruction. Okay, what about this side? Obstruction. It must be the thruster, I'm guessing. Okay, so we've got some more space around the back here. Yeah, because what I'd quite like to do is to be able to disassemble that. Disassemble that, but not lose it. Like, I want to be able to pick it up and move it, but it doesn't appear to be a way to do that. Because now, like, it says there's an obstruction, so I can't build next to it. I know it. There needs to be some way of being able to pick items up that you've built and move them. I'm trying to get this to turn around again. Now going away from the planet. It takes ages to turn. Guessing you need to kind of like put an oxygen thruster to like spin us around a little bit better. Let's just stop it there. And we're going to make a bit of a jump off, and we're going to pick up some stuff around here. There's a cardboard box I see, and there's an oxygen bottle. Looking hopefully for some more food. Battery, no. Yeah, I think that's the frustrating thing at the moment, is lack of anything to grow. Like, I've built the hydroponic thing. You get that quite early to build, but you can't actually grow anything because there's nothing to grow. And ship maneuvering is not ideal. So I'd like to be able to move stuff that I've built on the craft without having to just essentially... And all it does is it destroyed that oxygen bottle and gave me 1 scrap metal. I don't want to destroy it. I want to pick it up and move it, you know? So I thought that was a bit disappointing. Like I say, overall, I think there's definitely potential here. At the moment, I think there's definitely a way to go as well. I think just to try and make it a bit more. I know it feels a bit, for want of a better term, repetitive at the moment. But see, that requires a potato. Can't grow that. That requires a cooked potato. Dubious hydroponic solution. I wonder if that will... Okay. See, I can put it in there, right? But I can't It says a valid seed item, which we don't have. Right, and that's part of the problem here, is not having that seed item. Right, so I need to try and turn the ship around more. Ship steerage is definitely an issue. Right, I'm going to stop it here. Look at all these oxygen bottles, so let's go and collect those while we're here. 4 oxygen bottles like that is worth the oxygen it'll take to get there. Yeah, other than like adding bits, you know, we're moving around a bit with the ship. Steering it's difficult to try and, because you're not drifting all the time, like you're not like in orbit at all. So you're kind of static with the stuff in space, so it's not like you're going to come upon a wreck or anything. I guess you have to do all of that under your own steam. And I've lost my ship again. There we go. How are we doing for bottles? Okay, we've got plenty. We need to get some food. So I can see the hunger bar there. Okay. There we go. Oh, I need the sip container. Yep. Okay, so that's doing its thing. So we've got rope, but we require plant fibers. We can't grow anything yet. I don't even know what that is. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I think the biggest thing is our inability to grow stuff right now. Because we can't find anything to grow. Like, I would have expected to have found... See, now suddenly it spins us like crazy round. And that one doesn't do anything at all. Yeah. Not a fan. The steering on this thing doesn't make any sense. Like, that suddenly spun us and like crazy. And... yeah, before it was turning us ridiculously slow for like no apparent reason. Yes. Like, why isn't this thing on like a steerable thing where you can steer the direction you want to go? Why do you have to strap it to the thing where you can't turn it? That would be much more interesting. Like, make it like a steerable thing. You know? Because right now I find it very unintuitive. Like, it doesn't make sense. See, here you're turning very, very slow. But before, it literally span us round like crazy. So it's not actually turning us hardly at all. Okay. And we seem to be flying along at a good old pace, but we're not actually locating any more wrecks or anything so far. Oh, well, we can make another piece of our ship at least. But we can't make it here because, of course, yep, you guessed it, so placing these thrusters there means that its construction is obstructed. What? Like why? Why is it obstructed? Okay, right. There's more bottles up there. I mean, we've got quite a few bottles, so we've nearly got a full rack here, so that's good. In fact, actually, I can... There we go, we've got 4 in our inventory, which is fine. Let's have some water. I don't see any more wrecks to investigate. Like, we found those 2 computer things, which enabled us to build stuff. Like, but if you go to our crafting table, yeah, you can't craft very much. We've now got the rope, but you need plant fibers. I can't do anything with that. I can't cook anything, so I've got no cookable items. Makeshift wall platform, ice melter, hydroponic airlocked oven we've done. You know, I've done a lot of this stuff here, but that's it right now. And there's really nothing else. You know, I can just make the ship bigger and stuff, but I can't. There's nothing else to find. There's nothing to cook. That's the biggest thing, I think, for me. You know, it's really cool having all this stuff, but like, we've opened tons of those cardboard boxes. Just pick up these 2 oxygen things, and then we'll go after those next cardboard boxes. You know, that's where the cardboard boxes is where I'd expect to find something. Like, it's talking about a potato. I've found nothing that even... Like, I've found no potatoes, nothing. You know, a cardboard box like this is where you'd expect to find seeds or potatoes or something. It's just batteries and electrical stuff. And those polystyrene boxes, I've only found the couple that are on the wreck, but then I've not found any more wrecks, so... That's just... I mean, it's dehydrated food. I mean, we're not short of food in that regard, but why have we built a hydroponics thing if you can't actually do anything with it? I guess that's kind of like, you know... Dehydrated food, electricals. I mean, that's all nice stuff, right? But really, I think I'm going to make another sip container. Let's pick up. Actually, I've got enough here. I'm going to make another sip container to take one with me for when we're out flying around. I guess the thing at the moment is I don't really feel like I'm crafting a ship. It just feels like a raft in space. I think that's probably more like we're just sat in our spacesuit flying around on this raft, but it doesn't seem like, it doesn't give you that feeling that, oh, look, I'm in the process of building a ship, because when you look at the stuff that you can build, you know, it doesn't, you're just building a metal box essentially. You know, and the way that you connect, like this thing here. Now I want to move this, right? All I can do is break it into that. And that's really annoying. That's really annoying, not being able to not being able to just move it. You have to destroy it, and you get 1 scrap for destroying it, which I think is pretty rubbish, to be honest. So let's put that here now. Yeah, and I don't see any more wrecks. So I guess we try and boost a bit further. Right, have we got anything that can collect stuff as we go along? Like, does this... That's just a shelf. There's nothing that's like a collector of stuff. Right, there's a box there. Let's just... I mean, that's flying along, so... Thirst. Okay, that was maybe a bad idea. We boosted along and we jumped off. And now you can't get back to it. This could be a costly mistake. I think we're going to make it. Okay, so when you're boosting, you want to take the tether. You want to take the tether. Okay. Right, so it's still moving along, but actually let's go out for stuff that's in front of us this time. Because then it'll move towards us. There's oxygen bottles here, so let's pick those up. That cardboard box is flying around at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. Yeah, I guess that's the thing at the moment. I just feel like I'm building a metal box. I don't feel like I'm building a spaceship craft thing just by having the walls and stuff we've got at the moment. I don't know if we're going to unlock more stuff as you go along that makes it a bit more ship-like, but I don't feel like I'm building a ship. Well, you know, we're building a space station. I don't feel like I'm building a space station either. Like, you know, I don't feel like I'm building little habitat modules and solar panel arrays and stuff like that. So, like I say, it just feels like a box in space. And I think that's because of the way it wants you to create things just out of these little squares. I'd prefer it if you had like a habitat module, and like you were either we're building a space station here, and then once you've built a space station, you can build like a docking bay for to build a craft that you could then use to fly around in or something. But at the moment, it really does feel just like Raft in space in that regard. I don't feel like I'm building a space station. I don't feel like I'm... See what I mean? It's just these, like, metal squares. There's been very little to explore. I've found one bigger wreck with these computer things so far. I mean, are you supposed to just literally fly around like crazy? Or, like, what? How does it work? Clearly I'm mostly doing something wrong or something, maybe. But I don't know. I just... Yeah. I mean, we're surviving right now, but I mean, you know, if you look at, like I said, maybe you unlock stuff, because you obviously clearly unlock things when you find wrecks and stuff, but we haven't found any major wrecks. We found one that was quite small. There we go. Okay, that's kind of what we've built. Everything that's reasonable to build. We built the high power torch, built the cooker thing, we've built the hydroponic thing, we've got nothing to put in them, we built the beacon, craft table, 2 water things. Definitely recommend getting 2 water things, that's key, right? You don't get enough from just one, you have to build 2. We've flown around a little bit, we found a couple of computers to download some blueprinty things, and that's 1 hour and 15 minutes into the game. And yeah, it's early access, guys. Please keep that in mind. I just feel like at the moment, look, we get this square wall here. I'm building a metal box in space. Whereas I'd prefer it if you started with a platform, but you have like, either you're going to build a space station. What I'd prefer, like if it was going to be cool, build a space station. So if you think about something like Subnautica or, the Planet Crafter, that type of modular building system, but while floating around on the in space on like this platform, collecting resources, but being able to build modules that look more like space modules, and then you sort of go from there. That would be cool. Like I say, right now it's what am I building? I can only ever build stuff in a square shape at the moment. You look at build menu, used to create a new ship. We've built pretty much everything we can build right now. There's clearly more stuff to unlock, like power. Yeah. The only thing I would say to the developers here is, obviously the game's out in early access. It's a work in progress. It feels very early if you've got, in terms of the way things are in the game, it feels very, very early in the early access. So, there's other games out there that are in early access that are way more, there's sort of way more to it. So, it's almost feels more like a demo at the moment as opposed to an early access. Like I say, I've found in an hour and 15 minutes, I've opened tons of cardboard boxes. I found one wreck. I found nothing that I can put in my hydroponic bay. I've built pretty much everything that I can build within, I've expanded the ship a little bit, but it doesn't really feel like a ship at the moment. Am I supposed to fly around a bit more? Maybe that's what I need to do, is to fly around the space a little bit more. But there you go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Let me know why in the comments down below. And please remember, it is early access. It just feels very, very early access, and it feels very much like Raft in space. And I would prefer that the things that you make that your craft out of feel a bit more spaceshipy or space station like, as opposed to essentially cubes or variants of. That's my take on it. If you want to see more content, please hit that subscribe button. Free for you to do. It means a lot for me, so thank you for that in advance. You've been watching The Ghost Owl, and I'll see you very soon.